How's it going, guys? Cody back again, dropping yet another video. Right, guys, I don't normally cover cruelty to animal stories, right? But I felt compelled to do this one. Now, this is a story in the Cruelty List UK. These people, they follow stories in Google and social media and newspapers and media and tabloids, etc. And people that are abusing animals, these people highlight and they cover the story like this has gone out locally, this has gone out nationally. Now, this little coward scumbag bitch, right, in this footage, right, it's not the worst footage you're ever going to see, reference beating of an animal, but it's a 2-minute video, but they've cut it down to a minute. So that tells me that the second minute must have been a lot worse than the first minute, and that's why they've chosen not to show it. Now, this person is called Kieran Huelin. Now, Huelin is spelled Huelin. He's from Bolton. I despise people that hurt old people, women, rapists, paedophiles, and people that hurt animals, right? This guy is a convicted paedophile, people. Convicted nonce, pedo, right? Who, you can see him in the footage, you can see him in a picture at the start of the video, right? Slapping his dog, gripping his dog up, right? Giving it the big one, right? In absolutely no control of any aspect of his life. Looks to be a little skinny, drunk, muppet waster, right? Who's been to fucking prison as a convicted paedophile. I'm going to read the story. I'm going to do my bit at the end, right? I'd love to go back to prison for this muppet, right? He didn't get jailed. Right? For me, it should be dealt with like beating a child. Beating a dog should be like beating a child or beating an old person, right? Or just beating anybody up, right? Scumbag. I would love to be locked in a cell, me and this man, right? Take the convicted paedophile thing away just for beating this animal, right? Obviously, the paedophile thing, you know what my thoughts are on paedophiles, guys. Anyway, going to read the story. Going to do my bit at the end. Let's get into it. Right, so this is a story in the crueltylistuk.com, right? This story's gone local, it's gone national. So the headline reads, Bolton, Greater Manchester, Kieran Huelin. The list, Kieran Huelin, born the 26th of the 8th, 1983, at Felton Walk, Bolton, caught on camera hitting and shouting at his pet dog. Huelin, a convicted paedophile, pleaded guilty to failing to protect the dog from injury, suffering and disease. In a video released by the RSPCA, the 36-year-old is seen walking around his flat while his brindle and white Staffordshire Bull Terrier, Rosie, is sat on an armchair. In the 2-minute video, Huelin waves his finger in her face before slapping her once. Rosie gets off her chair and follows Huelin before he ushers her back onto the chair. He threatens to hit Rosie a few more occasions, raising his fist in the air, putting his finger in her face before appearing to slap her down again twice. In the footage, Huelin looks unsteady on his feet and stumbles backwards on one occasion. After being sent the video and some details of where the incident reportedly took place, the RSPCA investigated and Inspector Danny Jennings visited the address on the 14th of June 2019. Inspector Jennings recognised Huelin, who lived at the flat, as the man in the video, and Rosie, the dog, was also there. She also recognised the interior from the video. Huelin signed Rosie over to the RSPCA care while an investigation took place. Inspector Jennings said in her witness statements that Rosie was in good bodily condition, she was friendly and playful, but showed submissive behaviour. She said dog owners should always make sure their pets are handled properly and are not stressed or endangered with any aggressive or antisocial behaviour. Training should always be reward-based and should not include physical punishment, as this can cause pain, suffering and distress. Rosie is a lovely and bouncy dog in real life, but on this footage she is quite the opposite. Rosie is now in the care of the RSPCA and will be placed up for adoption soon. Sentencing. The scumbag got 12-month community order, including an alcohol treatment order to pay £800 costs, as well as an £85 victim surcharge, and has been banned from keeping animals for 5 years. Right, so 12-month community order, minor, including an alcohol treatment order, which probably shows that there's alcoholism at play. Order to pay £800 costs, as well as an £85 victim surcharge. Banned from keeping animals for 5 years. Yeah, I put the pictures of the dog at the start. I've also put pictures of this beast at the start. It was a convicted paedophile. Now, in the thingy, there is a link to the convicted paedophile story, which I'm going to read as well. Also, this is a story in the Bolton News. One sec. Let's get me through this bit. Oh, right. This is the story for why this man was in prison for being a convicted paedophile. A man who, this is in Bolton again, the area that he lives, a man who lured young girls to his home and plied them with drink and drugs has been jailed for sexually abusing a child. Kieran Huelin was also banned indefinitely. Kieran Huelin was also banned indefinitely at Bolton Crown Court yesterday from being alone with female children. The 28-year-old, with his former girlfriend Laura Crank, aged 26, invited vulnerable girls to their flats in Brookhouse Avenue in Farnworth. They don't obviously live there anymore. Crank, who suffered from learning difficulties, a disability, was also found to be engaging in sexual activity in the presence of a child, inciting a child to engage in sexual activity and sexual activity with a child. But Judge Timothy Clayson found she was not fit to enter a plea or stand trial. The incidents involving a 13-year-old girl who went to Huelin's flat after falling out with her mother in 2009. The couple gave her 7 or 8 cans of lager and amphetamines. They forced her to watch them having sex, and later in the evening, the girl gave in to the request from the pair for her to have sex with Huelin. A victim impact statement from the teenage girl was read out in court by Darren Preston, who was prosecuting. He said she would never forget what she went through and the ongoing personal difficulties as a result of the abuse. Farah Assad, defending Huelin, said his IQ was in the lowest fifth of the population and claimed he was not the mastermind of the incidents. Bollocks. She said the offence appeared to have come about due to his lifestyle and his relationship with Laura Crank and his IQ. She said the pair found it difficult to relate to adults, which may be why they invited children to the flat. Bollocks. Judge Clayson said the girl stayed over at your flat, which she was regarded as an attractive place. There was no rules and anything goes. He said you did not believe the girls were groomed deliberately by Huelin. Huelin of Longfield Road, Darbill, which obviously is not there anymore because he was sent, he lives at the other place, was sentenced to 4.5 years for sexual activity with a child and 2 years to which runs concurrently for sexual activity in the presence of a child. Crank's case was adjourned for further reports to be carried out. She will appear at Bolton Crown Court in August. Now, that was obviously in June of 2012. Well, yeah. Guys, the fact is, yeah, it's been a lot of media, and this one including, have highlighted his address. Now, like I say, people in the local area will know things get shared on social media. People that live in the vicinity of where he lives will be told that he's living there, that he's a convicted paedophile. He seems to have lived in several places. He was in Farnworth, he was in Dorbill, and now he was living at this other place. Depraved paedophile, guys, trying to use his IQ, and he's pissed up and everything else. I don't buy it. His solicitor was obviously trying to get him, not like trying to mitigating circumstances, trying to defend him, which, like I say, if you're a defence barrister, how can you defend the indefensible? It's as simple as that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Like, comment, subscribe. Cody out.